Hello everyone, Ron here from LTL Tutoring Central, and you are in the right place if you're looking for study tips and strategies to help with your learning. This week I'm talking about the semicolon, another punctuation mark. A couple of weeks ago I talked about the comma, one of the most used punctuation marks. The semicolon is not used quite as often, but it's a very useful punctuation for your writing. And remember, we use punctuation to help the reader to make your text easier to read and also easier to understand. If the reader doesn't comprehend your meaning, then what is the point of writing? So it's very, very good to understand how to punctuate your sentences, and how to use the semicolon is what we're going to be discussing in this video. I'm going to also leave some links below to the website and to the blog. There is a blog on this topic this week, and there are different examples there than what will be in the video, so you might want to check that out as well. Semicolons should be used with members in a series that have internal punctuation already. And here's an example. The winners included John Dax, comma, pole vault, semicolon, Sarah Thompson, comma, long jump, semicolon, Tommy Robbins, comma, 100 meter, semicolon, and Florence Mason, comma, high jump. So here we have a list of people and what they accomplished in a track and field meet, but we need to separate the units from one another. So we have the name and what they did, like John Dax, the pole vault. He was the winner at the pole vault, but we need to separate that from Sarah and her long jump, Tommy Robbins in the 100 meter, and Florence Mason in the high jump. So we use a semicolon because we already have commas within those units. Here's another one with internal punctuation. If the clauses are long and or contain internal punctuation, usually commas, use a semicolon between independent clauses connected by a coordinate conjunction. And remember when we did the video and blog on the comma, you can remember the coordinate conjunctions because there's only 7 of them, and you can use the mnemonic fanboys to remember those. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. All right, here's an example. After studying for so long, comma, Ruth thought she would ace the test for sure, semicolon. But because the questions were unexpected, comma, she still struggled to complete the test in time. So we have 2 complete sentences or 2 independent clauses joined by a coordinating conjunction, but. There's commas already in the independent clauses, so it's good to have a bigger break. Sometimes the semicolon is thought of as a bigger break. Remember when I talked about the comma, it's sort of read your work, and if you take a breath or a pause, that's where a comma goes. It doesn't work perfectly, and nor does the bigger break with the semicolon. It doesn't always make sense. Later on you'll see an example where we just use a semicolon. In some sense that brings them closer together. It's not a bigger break. So it depends how you think about that. But sometimes it's a good idea to think of it as a bigger break. Since we already have commas in the previous example and this one, we need a bigger break between the units. You also use the semicolon with conjunctive adverb or transitional expressions to join independent clauses or complete sentences with a conjunctive adverb or transitional expression. You would not do that if they were not independent clauses. Here's a couple of examples. There are many ways to approach any task, semicolon. However, the simpler method is often the best. Or the groom lost the ring and could not find the church, semicolon. In any event, the wedding did eventually have a happy ending. So in the first case, you have the conjunctive adverb however. In the second case, you have the transitional expression in any event. And they're joining 2 complete sentences or 2 independent clauses. So you need a semicolon before and a comma after when they're coming in the middle of the sentence. So that's another use of the semicolon. It is possible to join independent clauses with just a semicolon, but I would caution you that a lot of grade school or secondary school teachers don't really love this method, so I would use it with caution. Also, usually I would suggest using it only if the sentences are relatively short and closely related. In other words, the independent clauses that you're joining are short and closely related. Here's an example. His strength abandoned him, semicolon, all was lost. There's two complete sentences there, just joined with a semicolon. The second example is from famous author Willa Cather. The stupid believe that to be truthful is easy, semicolon. The artist, the great artist, knows how difficult it is. Now here you have commas as well, but I'll explain why. The two independent clauses are the stupid believe that to be truthful is easy, and the artist knows how difficult it is. The great artist is an appositive. It's called an appositive. It gives a little bit of extra information, but it is not essential to the sentence. The sentence, the artist knows how difficult it is complete in itself. And that's why there are commas around the appositive, because it could be extracted without really changing the sentence all that much. It's just giving additional information. So there you have it. Two complete sentences or independent clauses joined with a semicolon. Just make sure they're relatively short and closely related if you use that method. Now that's just a few uses of the semicolon, but they're the major ones. So I think that will really help you out if you practice them, look at them. Check out the blog. There's different examples there and a little bit more text for you to have a look at. So that could be helpful. Don't forget my Udemy courses as well. Hopefully Udemy is working soon. It has been down for a couple of days as I make this video. However, check the website. There's the basic English writing, there's paragraph writing, there's essay writing, and punctuation made so easy is the one that's the most related to this video, but there's a little bit of punctuation in all of my writing courses, and there are some other courses as well. You can also inquire about private lessons. I do those as well online and in person if you happen to be in the local area. So it is Ron from LTL Tutoring Central. Do not forget to subscribe, to like the video if you do. I hope you do. Click on the notification bell. That'll help me out, and that will help me help you out and help other students out as well to keep this channel going. In the meantime, keep learning and keep having fun. I shall talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.